The one boundary that I set that helped me stop my family's guilt trips is also helping my body heal while in the midst of a flare. If you would like to walk around, walk with me in this process as I trip over my words, please feel free to do so. Oh, goodness. I had in the process of preparing for some family coming in town, and during that time, it always adds more stress in my life and in my marriage. That usually is a time that my husband and I are usually going to get into some sort of an argument or a disagreement, or there's going to be some sort of tension somewhere. Not that either of us want it, but that is it's just part of how it goes for us when we have kind of a more high stress situation where we're trying to please a lot of people and everybody's trauma and childhood stories are getting kicked up. So it is never fun. And I thought I was doing pretty well in terms of being prepared for that time. And so I was like, okay, here we go. Things are going well. But maybe about 3 days ago, I started noticing, okay, what's going on with my skin? My skin is burning. And I was like, okay, maybe it's allergies. Maybe, I went to eat at a restaurant. Maybe there was something that, I was cross-contaminated by something at a restaurant. I was like, I'm not quite sure what's going on here. And then I also noticed my digestive system was off. It was just off. And so I was like, okay, well, what's going on with me here? Maybe I forgot to take my supplements. Maybe that's it. I had a lot going on. Maybe I didn't drink enough water. Let me make sure that I'm drinking my water like I normally do. But yesterday I really sat with my body and I was like, no, I have been doing this. I made sure that I drank extra water more than I normally would drink. I am taking my supplements like I need to. I am moving and exercising like I need to. What is going on in my body? And I realized, I was like, oh, it did not occur to me till this morning trying to put on some pants. And I was like, why are these pants not fitting the way that they need to? I'm like, oh, my digestive system is inflamed. I'm in the middle of a flare. It's like, oh, great. My family's supposed to be coming into town in 2 days. I was not expecting a flare. I thought that, you know, things were pretty low key, everything was okay. And so this flare kind of snuck up on me. And so if you're one that you have an autoimmune disorder or any sorts of chronic illness, if you're noticing not even necessarily the day before something stressful, but several days before your body's starting to have these different symptoms, please slow down, listen to that. So that probably would be my first tip right off the bat is check in with your body. See, excuse me, see how your body's actually doing because your body's going to let you know in terms of what you need to do as a response. And so I had a conversation with my husband last night, and this is before I knew full on that I was in a flare. I just said, hey, look, I'm getting nervous. I'm just nervous that I'm not going to be able to um, be the perfect wife, be that trophy wife, what have you, smiling and entertaining and hosting and happy. I said, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do that. And he's like, oh, that's fine. You just be yourself. And I was like, no, 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 no. You probably get to do that, and I'm so glad that you do. But when this particular family comes into town, I don't get to do that. There is this expectation for me as a Black woman, as a host, as a mom, that I'm supposed to do all the things to make sure that these people are. Wow, that sounds awful. Must be a Freudian slip on my part, but make sure that these family members who have a lot of needs, a lot of emotional needs, their stuff gets kicked up every time they come for a visit. My stuff gets kicked up every time they come for a visit, to be completely honest with you. And I can't show up in that way anymore. And so normally that Black woman magic that I'm able to pull out and then I'm able to turn it on and make everybody happy and do all the things, I can't do it anymore. And so I told my husband, I said, you don't have a trophy wife anymore. You have a broken wife. My body is broken. I can't do it. So, number one, I was honest with myself. Number two, I had a real honest conversation with my husband in terms of expectations. He was like, "That's okay. We'll just order out and we'll just kind of hang out on the sofa." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. You don't understand. I'm noticing my energy is going down. I may not have energy to sit up and hang out on the sofa. I may need to go to my room and lock the door." Real talk. He's like, "Oh, well, then you do whatever you need to do. But still, just try to do what you can because the optics, and I'm concerned about the optics. I'm concerned about how things are going to look." And I was like, I hear you. I hear the optics, and I'm trying to prevent having to go into the hospital. I can't. I literally can't. I can't. So he said, okay. So we had a conversation this morning as well. And my kids, um, the apple always doesn't fall far from the tree. Not only am I neurospicy, neurosparkly, um, which is like, it seems like everybody's neurodivergent nowadays. Um, but not only am I neurodivergent, my kids are neurodivergent. And this is the end of the school year. They're experiencing a lot of stress. And like you can feel it in the house, there's a lot of stress. And so I said, I don't think that they're going to be able to be on all the time either. They're not going to be on all the time. They might need some time where they need to take a break. They might need some time to go to their rooms as well while there's company. He's like, okay, okay. I guarantee you, love my husband. Guarantee that has not fully clicked in until all of a sudden I need to act on those boundaries, until all of a sudden I'm at a place where I'm not able, my kids are not able, we just can't do the thing. And I know that people are going to be upset. I know that they're going to be disappointed. And I know they're going to be angry. And that's not what I want. And again, if there was an easy solution to this in terms of, well, just don't have those people over. If there was an easy solution to this, trust me, I would have been there, done that a long time ago. The tricky part about this is that there's not always an easy solution. We're going to have times where if we're doing something very different than what we've done before, people are going to be upset. And they have every right to be upset. They have every right to be upset. Something in the behavior pattern has dramatically changed, and they were not expecting that. They have every right to be upset. Every right. I also have every right to make sure that I'm trying to take care of my body. This morning, I shared with my husband, I was like, hey, look, I'm noticing this and this and this and this in my body. I'm in the middle of a flare. Our company is supposed to be coming in 2 days. Even more so, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. I'm just giving you a heads up right now. My husband does not want to disappoint. My husband does not want to fail expectations of these folks that are coming in town that are very important to their family. And I'm like, it's okay if they're upset. I get that they would be upset. So my plan is, if I'm well enough, morning of when they do come into town, is saying, hey, glad y'all are here. Hope y'all have a great time while you're visiting. Just want to give you a heads up. I'm in the middle of a flare. I've not gone into specifics in terms of my diagnosis because I do believe that information is private. But I do feel comfortable sharing with them, like, hey, I'm in the middle of a flare. Um, I may not be able to participate in all of the things like normal. I'm just giving you a heads up. It's nothing personal. It literally is. We're still in the process of just trying to find out what's going on with my body. So that way, because I'm not 100% sure my husband will give them that heads up. So I want to make sure that I give them that heads up. So there's at least some warning in terms of expectations. So does that mean people are not going to be upset? No. Unfortunately, this isn't a plan for helping people to not be upset. We can't control people. People are entitled to their own opinions. They are also entitled to their own feelings. All of that is okay. And I'm okay with folks having those things. I'm also okay with being able to take care of the needs of my body and making sure that I'm teaching my girls how to take care of their bodies. So hopefully I'm preventing them being in the situation that I'm in today. That's the hope. That's the hope. Okay. So how am I doing this? How have I done this? And even as I say it that way, just noticing feeling a little itchy. I know my nervous system's like, ah, please excuse me. Again, this is definitely not me, a top form, feeling the best. Um, but some of those things I feel like are really important. It's just some basic assertion. And so when I say assertion, I mean, number one, listening to your body. Assertion is being able to hear and to be able to share information in a way that's respectful of both parties. And so the first assertion I feel like has to happen is with your own body. Please slow down. Please listen and respect your own body. If your body is telling you things, it may not be a one off, a one off, a one off, or, that's just odd. That's just odd. That's just odd. And we just kind of keep going and we're just going to keep doing the thing that we're doing. No, please slow down. Please collect that data. Please find out what your body's trying to tell you. My body was telling me, Virginia, you're in a flare. And it was unexpected. I don't want a flare, not planning a flare. Um, it's frustrating, really frustrating. But sometimes that's just where we are. So listening to the cues that your body is telling you, respecting your body, communicating back in your body, and when you're saying like, hey, I hear you. I'm accepting these messages and I'm going to adjust based on such messages. So assertion with your body first and foremost. And the second is if you are in a romantic relationship, please be assertive with your partner. Share with your partner, being just honest in terms of like, hey, this is where I'm at. I know I'm a little edgy. I know this is what's happening for me right now. I'm not meaning to come off in some sort of way of being standoffish or, oh goodness, some of the things that in Black culture I hear like, oh, you think you too good, you have no time for anybody. And I'm like, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. And at the end of the day, I don't have any control over it. That's what people are saying. I don't have control over it. And that's okay too. So being assertive with my husband, just being very honest with him in a way that's respectful of me and respecting him. He's really looking forward to this family coming in town. He's really looking forward to it. He really wants things to be well, let everybody relax, have a good time, and connect. And I get that for him, and I really want that for him. And my body is just not able to support him in the way that I've been able to support him in the past. These are just facts. And so I just shared that with him in a way that was respecting me, but also respecting him. Did things get heated? Things still got heated. But in that process of assertion, one of the things that we do is you communicate in a way that is clear but firm. Use just a handful of words. I literally told him, I said, my body is broken. I can't. I hear what you're saying, and I just can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. And so he went on to say things that he was saying, and I was like, yep, I hear you. I hear you. And normally I'd be right on board with you. However, I'm in a position where I can't. I just can't. So he said, okay, okay. So again, had the same conversation again, a little bit different once I got some new information from my body. I shared that with my husband. Hey, look, again, even tone, respecting him, respecting me, but being very firm and very clear about, hey, this is where I'm at. This is the data that I have. This is my plan for when company comes over. I may need to go to my room. I probably will lock the door. The kids also may need to go to their room because I won't be able to be there as a neurodivergent buffer. I just won't be able to do that. So they may also need to step out and go to their room too. They need to have permission to do that. Again, this is my family. These are examples from my family. Your family, your situation might be a little bit different. So, but with assertion, you're going to say something short. You're going to be clear, calm, firm, respect the other person, respect yourself, repeat yourself at least 2 times. And after you repeat it yourself twice, you can physically exit the conversation. Don't keep it going. It's when we keep it going that it starts to go. And next thing you know, there's a full blown argument. There's no need for an argument, especially for me where I'm at right now and with my body in a flare. I that's the last thing that I want to do is get into an argument. So I'll say something like, "Hey, look, like I did today. I'm like, I got to get ready for work. So I just want to give you a heads up to know where I'm at and know what's going on." So he said, "Okay," and that was the end of the conversation. So, like I said, I know that I'm also going to need to be assertive with the family once they come in town. I'm like, hey, glad y'all here. Hope y'all have a good time. I also want to let you know that I'm in the middle of a flare right now. So I may need to have some time where I'm ducking and I'm just kind of like laying down in my room. I'm not talking or interacting. I just won't be able to do that this go around. So just want to make sure that y'all knew. So it's not like I'm acting funny. Nothing else is going on. Just want to give y'all a heads up in terms of where I'm at, and they are aware that I'm in the process of having some health stuff going on. So again, it's up to them on how that information they're able to process it. But my job is just to be clear, to be respectful, repeat myself maybe twice, and then physically exit the conversation. So these are my tips on how to be able to set some boundaries with family, regardless of where you're at, whether you're in the middle of a flare or you're just noticing something going on in your nervous system that is just saying no. If your body is saying no, or if your body's saying not this way or not this much, please listen to your nervous system. Please. Your body will thank you for it. And if you anybody that you mentor or you pour into, they will also thank you for it because they're going to learn these skills as well. Well, my name is Virginia. I'm a licensed mental health therapist. I hope you learned something, and I hope to see you next time. Please take good care of yourself and each other.